Mr. Earnshaw, he's very, very like big because he is a gambler and an addict, an alcoholic, and he's very abusive and violent. But he also feels like doesn't matter how much money she was able to marry into, she's still a failure to him just because everyone is in his eyes. He failed, so everyone else has failed too. I really enjoyed the reserved nature of Hong Chow as sort
We
of
love Hong Chow. We love Hong
yeah,
Chow.
sort of like she's like lady in waiting sort of thing. I saw someone describe this movie as if Tim Burton directed Bridgerton, which is a funny way to put it. I think that's a fun way to describe it. Except Tim Burton would not have this much sex. Which, by the way, a lot of sex in the movie. A lot of it done in. This is another thing that I both liked and didn't like about it. I don't think that it does a great job illustrating the passage of time. And it does so in like these montage fashion where you can kind of see that time is moving, but I'm hearing someone refer to it as all these years, and then you think about it and it's like 3 or 4 years, I think, maybe over the course of the whole thing, which is not all these years. And then you
I
realize
mean, back then,
back then, yeah, I'm talking about the movie itself.
yeah.
Like it makes it they somehow are talking as though it's been a very, very long time, but the whole thing over the course of a couple years, and a lot of it taking place over the course of like two montages, one of them being a sex montage. But there's no nudity. I mean, like, they tease nudity, but they don't actually really show any actual nudity. There's a lot of sweaty backs though that you see.
Right. Okay. All right.
There was a moment where Jacob Elordi shows up in the movie, and at that moment, I'm alone in the theater. There are a bunch of women sitting in front of me on either side of me, and he walks in, and then all the women around me just go like, all at the same time. They make this yearning sigh, which this movie does a really good job illustrating that feeling of yearning. So if it doesn't get all the themes right, it gets the feel right of what this book seems to be going for in that regard. I think it's funny because that all these women around me make that sort of response when they see him. He's fully clothed in this moment. Like he just shows up. This isn't some like scene where there's like sex is about to happen or something. He just appears and all the women are like, oh. So he does a good job smoldering.
All right, Jeff, what are you gonna rate this film out of 5?
I don't think it's perfect, but I am an Emerald Fennell girly myself. I'm in the bag for her stuff, as dumb or pseudo smart as it can be. I do enjoy it quite a bit. I'm going 3.5 out of 5. Who knows? Maybe I could like it more. Maybe I could like it less, because I think that walking out of the theater, I was enjoying things from the movie I was thinking about, but as a whole, I was left wanting as far as as like an emotional connection to it. I wanted to feel more, hurt by the tragedy in the story, and I wanted to feel more swooned over by the romantic nature, and I didn't quite get all of that. And I think that's more on Fennell than it is on the actors. But I did like it quite a bit. I think it's gorgeous to look at. I think there's a great soundscape to it. I think the cast is great. I think that it is worth a watch.
And with that, folks, that was our review for Wuthering Heights.
Yes,
Thank
our
you,
review.
Jeff. Our review. The R is in Watt Real Entertainment's review. Thank you, Jeff, for covering that for us. Like I said, tomorrow the review for Crime 101 drops, so be sure to tune in for that. Check out all the fun stuff we're doing over here at Watt Real Entertainment. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, all that. Check out our sister channel, Watt Real Gaming, run by our business partner, Taylor Cleek, who does a fantastic job with his wrestling streams and other various gaming streams, so check those out. And be sure to check out our monthly podcast, the Daily Prophet Cast, our Harry Potter podcast with myself and Amaru Moses. And and maybe you'll see some new stuff soon. But until then, folks, signing off, I am Matt. That is Jeff. This was another Real Review, and we'll see you next time.